Hi everyone, Jack from Maths Forge here. In today's lesson, we're going to be doing prime numbers. So in front of us here, I've written down all of the numbers from 1 to 50, and I've circled in red all of the prime numbers. So I think before answering this question here, find the ninth prime number, let's talk about what a prime number is. Now, in order to understand what prime numbers are, you need to know what factors are. So if you don't know what factors are, check out the lesson on factors. So what is a prime number? Well, let's take a look at a number that is not prime. Let's take a look at 4. Now, the factors of 4, so the numbers that multiply together to give you 4, are as follows. 1 and 4, because 1 times 4 is 4. Both of these numbers are factors of 4. And there's also another number that you can multiply to get 4. It's 2. 2 multiplied by 2 gives you 4. So 4 has 3 distinct factors. And what I mean by the word distinct is that the factors of 4 are all different from each other. It has 3 factors that are all different from each other. Now, 4 is not a prime number because it has more than 2 factors. So let's look at a prime number now. So 3. Now, there are only 2 numbers that multiply to give you 3. It's 1 and 3. And this is what a prime number is. A prime number is a number that has 2 distinct factors. So 2 factors that are different from each other. And that's it. That's all a prime number is. And if you see how the number 1 is not circled, because 1 is not a prime number. If you take a look at 1, then what are the factors of 1? Well, it's just 1. 1 multiplied by 1 gives you 1. So 1 does not have 2 distinct factors. Therefore, it is not prime. And if you take a look at all of these circled numbers here, you'll see that they only have 2 distinct factors. They only have 2 whole numbers that can multiply together to give you that number. And these 2 numbers, these 2 distinct factors that multiply together to make the prime number are always going to be 1 and the number itself. So 43. There are only 2 whole numbers that you can multiply together to give you 43. It's 1 and 43. And that's the introduction to prime numbers. So let's go ahead and answer this question. Find the ninth prime number. Well, the first prime number is 2. The second prime number is 3. The third is 5. The fourth is 7. The fifth is 11. The sixth is 13. The seventh is 17. The eighth is 19. And the ninth is 23. So the ninth prime number is 23. And if we check our answer, there it is. Now, for the 1-star examples, you are expected to know all of the prime numbers from 1 to 100. Let's take a look at the 2-star example. Here we're being asked to find 2 primes with a sum of 24 and a difference of 14. So sum means we add these 2 primes together to give us 24, and difference means we subtract them to get 14. Well, let's think of our prime numbers. We have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23. And we have more beyond this, but I'm just going to see if I can find 2 numbers from here that can add to give me 24 and subtract to give me 14. Well, I can see here that 11 plus 13 add to give me 24, but if I subtract them, 13 minus 11, they don't give me 14. 13 minus 11 is 2. So it can't be 11 and 13. And I can see that if I add 7 and 17, it gives me 24. But if I do 17 minus 7, it only gives me 10. So it can't be 11 or 13. It can't be 7 or 17. Because even though they add to give us 24, they don't subtract to give us 14. Now let's try 5 and 19. 5 plus 19 is 24. And 19 minus 5 is 14. So these must be our 2 prime numbers, 5 and 19. Because of course 5 plus 19 gives us 24. And 19 minus 5, so this is the sum and this is the difference, gives us 14. So our 2 prime numbers, I'm going to say, are 5 and 19. And if we just check our answer, there it is. Now let's do a 3-star example. Find 2 primes with a sum of 16 and a product of 39. So sum means you add them to get 16, and product means you multiply them to get 39. So let's just write the first few prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and 23. So they have to add to give us 16 and multiply to give us 39. So I can just see here that if I add 3 to 13, I get 16. But when I multiply them, do I get 39? 3 multiplied by 13 does indeed give you 39. So these are our numbers. 3 plus 13, the sum of them is 16, and 3 multiplied by 13, the product of them gives us 39. So these are our two primes, 3 and 13. And if we just check our answer, there it is. And that's it for prime numbers. So the main things to take away here is to know your prime numbers up to 100 and be able to recall them to do calculations with them.